Hey everyone, this is Tony LeBron with Upliftv, and we are here at NRB in Orlando, Florida, and I have with me Brian Ondracek. He's the president of Pioneer Clubs, and he's doing an amazing work in the country of Cuba.
Yeah, it's
Brian,
great to be here with you today,
yes.
Tony.
Tell me a little bit about the work that you're doing in Cuba.
Well, you know, I would love to say that Pioneer Clubs had this grand strategy of getting into Cuba.
Yeah.
But what really happened is God kicked open the door for us. About 18 months ago, I was able to accompany a team to Cuba to look at what ministry openings and possibilities were there, and I took along some Spanish curriculum that we had done like 20 years ago.
Yeah.
And I presented it to them and said, could you use this? And they looked at it and they said, we would love this, but you have to come here and train us how to use it if we're going to give it to us. And so that's what we've been doing.
Fantastic. And so you started just on a mission trip, let's say?
Right.
Yeah. And out of that trip, what has happened? What are the results?
Well, what's really been interesting is we went in there, they said, come and train us. So in July of 2016, we took a team of 10 down into Cuba, and we trained 35 people to use our materials.
Okay.
They've gone out and started using that. Right now we have 50 churches in Cuba, reaching 1,500 kids.
Amazing.
At this point in time. And we got an email just last week saying we need another 1,000 books for the kids, another 100 leaders guides, and so we're able to produce those for them down in Cuba, and we're sending the money down to fund that for them.
Fantastic.
And it's just, as they said, it's become infectious.
That's fantastic. So the Pioneer Clubs, are these, how are you reaching these kids? Are there clubs in the churches, in the schools, in the communities?
Yeah, churches are running one or more clubs.
Okay.
Our curriculum is basically an inductive Bible study for elementary school children.
Okay.
And then we also surround that with life skill activities, sort of the basics of life, cooking, sewing, art, drama.
Okay.
We let kids experience that in a church setting. And one of the things we want to do is we want to help them understand that Christ is to be Lord in every aspect of their life.
That's good.
Not just on Sunday mornings when they go to Sunday school, but in all of their life. And hopefully through those experiences, they're finding that out to be true.
That's amazing. When you think of Cuba, of course you think of Fidel, you think of communism, and that it's a closed country. How have you had any resistance to being in the country?
Well, you know, it is true that the church in Cuba does not have the same freedoms as the church in America.
Right.
But basically, within the regulations that have been set up by the government, churches have a great scope of ministry that they can have. Now, I have been stopped at the border with my books a couple of times, and they've been looked at.
Yeah.
But because we were on a religious visa, they let us go through, and so we really haven't. The government loves the fact that churches are interacting with people in some of the basics of education, feeding them, and so as long as you're doing that, the government says, bless you, go ahead and do it.
That's amazing. How awesome, as you said, there are restrictions, but yet the church is thriving, and you're reaching over 1,500 kids in a matter of 7 months.
Right.
That's incredible. If anybody wants to know more about the work that you're doing, where can they go?
Well, they can go to our website. We're www.pioneerclubs.org.
www.pioneerclubs.org. Can they give, and how can they help?
Yes, we have a button you can give there. We also have a page up on generosity.com.
Okay.
You go to generosity.com and you just type in Pioneer Clubs Cuba, and you'll find a video that shows what we've been doing and more information about what's happening there.
Brian Ondracek, president of Pioneer Clubs. Thank you so much for being with us.